If we're not doing what we're doing for the customer, there's something wrong, really. So ultimately, we have to be doing the work we're doing every day to deliver that range for the customer. The hard thing is to actually put that into practice, because every company will tell you that they are a customer-centric business.
Yeah.
But actually, you need to show that in your actions, not just in your words. And well, what does that kind of mean for a business? Actually looking out for those telltale signs of the customer's behavior. What we tend to see, and what every merchandiser should remember, is that as soon as you've placed your range, as soon as you've done all your hard work to book the range, it's incorrect. And that's sometimes hard to take, because you've poured your heart and your soul into that range. All companies will be taking the standards of sales, stock, cover, sell through, where they need to discount, things like that. But actually, there's lots of other places that you can look. With modern working, you'll definitely be looking at search data. You'll definitely be looking at social media activity. A really important one is what's going on in the competition as well. You know, whether that be going into a store and seeing what is selling out for your competition, what is still there month after month after month, what are people having to discount, but also online, you know, what's at the top of the pages, what is coming through as a best seller for them online. But then also being out in stores, it's not a numbers on a page, but seeing how the customers are shopping, what areas of the store are they interested in spending time in, what areas are they walking past not interested in. You know, really you try to get out every single week if you can, even if that is just popping into a store on a Saturday when you're out shopping for yourself anyway. It's really important, because I think probably more than ever, things are becoming a bit more different in the different regions of the country. It's not to say that every store is a different store, and you definitely can see patterns. Certain parts of the country behave like other parts, but actually, if you're a nationwide business, you know, if your experience is just stores in London, you're not going to really see the full pattern. Some of that you'll get from your sales data. Some of that you'll get from customers searching, how they're searching online. But you obviously should be complementing that with actually getting out to those stores. Is if we are going to take on the cost of going out to the stores, let's not all go to the same stores. Any normal company will have a few different departments. And if you're not careful, it's either stores in London or wherever the head office is based, and then the 2 or 3 favourite stores. Actually, sometimes it's great to go to 4 or 5 not as high profile stores in a day, have a quick look around all of them. Yeah. I often found that they were some of the most enjoyable days, were the ones where actually you saw a real width of smaller store and really chance to see that offer that you're delivering to the customer, whether it be the product offer, the delivery, where maybe the stores haven't been refreshed quite as frequently. There's lots of value in those as well. Everyone is, generally speaking, looking at longer lead times, because the margin implications are so huge in the differences from being able to source closer to home and longer lead time. However, we've all got to be focused on net margin and not intake margin. If you've got great intake margin but you don't sell the product, there's really not much point in that. If you bought a range long lead time and it turns out to be not the range the customer's after, then again, you've missed out on the opportunity of delivering to the customer what they're truly after. So long lead time is great. You know, you can pocket the margin, you can do all of that, but actually that flexibility is important. Now, it's understanding where's the right place to have the flexibility and where can you be more confident and place with longer lead time products. So even once an order is placed, often at that point, all you've done is you've maybe placed cloth, you've booked production space. There's lots of things you can do. So, you know, can you change the styling later on? Can you change your sizing later on? So it's always thinking about what flexibility have I still got in the process. So it's important to not be looking at things constantly, but it is important that when you get a new signal from the customer, you do something about it, if that signal is clear enough and large enough to justify that extra work. Any opportunity to hear from the customer is good. So a customer panel could be good, but typically it's a very limited number of people, but you can get some really great feedback from those people, providing they are a good cover of who your customer is. A really great place is your store staff, who interact with customers all the time. So they're hearing from what the customers are coming in and speaking to them about what maybe you haven't got that they're looking for. So all of those things are really important. And there are certainly things out there, tech companies who are offering new opportunities to hear from the customer. I've seen one where they give you the opportunity to show the range to the customer before you've actually placed it. So there's lots of interesting things out there, and as a merchandising leader, it's important to keep your eyes open and see what other opportunities you have got to hear from the customer as early as you possibly can. I think it's important to not assume that tech can replace everything. So there's lots of things that are true. Is that tech can certainly tell you what's happening on people's websites. It can tell you how many options they're dropping, what's new, that they're pricing. It can tell you where things are selling out. It can't ultimately tell you how much they're selling out of everything, because it can only see whether it's in stock or out of stock. It doesn't necessarily understand how much stock they had. And obviously that just talks about one of the shopping channels. So it's very dangerous, I think, sometimes that people assume that tech can replace other things. It can't replace things. What it can do is it can complement you. It can give you a better understanding, and certainly it can enable you to take away some of the workload.